welcome to Cosmic Turtles. My name is Tina, and I do apologize for the squeaky chair. I'm gonna figure out how to not make it squeaky. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna put these cards back in. Alright, what do we got? Okay, I'm using a mixture of the chakra cards and the Earth Goddess. They're the same size and it makes it like, and it's all a bunch of words. And sometimes the words they match up and sometimes they just flow. They go well together. So let's see what we got for words. Alright. Ooh! There's a new discovery happening in the collective. People are discovering something within. According to this image here, Spirit is helping with the discovery of something that wasn't really seen. I see an owl behind the Spirit there. Spirit of the owl. It's a discovery you'll make more than likely either by the full moon time or the new moon tomorrow. So by the full moon, there'll be a major discovery, something that you discovered within you. Something that's just gonna bloom, something that's gonna touch your heart. Wow, interesting. Ooh! At the same time that you're going through this journey, there's also gonna be some type of trickery happening. The discovery could be about trickery that's been happening around you, or it could be, and it hurt your heart, or Spirit is trying to, actually, Spirit is protecting you from it. You know, the universe got your back, and the owl has the ability to see things that are hidden in the dark, and as the full moon comes up, you'll see who's been there and who's not. You actually see that trickery that's happening. The image or the words in my head that came through was, there's people doing some occultish things against you, sending the evil eye, and well, they just don't know how. I hope they have a hard hat for all that they're spewing out about you. Because those things will go back and hit them right in the face. Because you have the universe behind you. You have the Spirit. You're protected from this kind of energy. But this is just so you're aware that it is happening. This squirrel is being, you know, says, give me all your nuts and I'll give you this big acorn here. And the squirrel is making a deal. I mean, dragons are not mean or anything. It's just, they're putting it as a depiction. Maybe the squirrel is making a deal. Something squirrely going on. And the dragon is the one that's being tricked out of his giant nut. You look at it as you will. What makes sense, take it. What doesn't, have fun throwing it out the window. These are like abstract ways of looking into a situation with metaphors and analogy, and sometimes it's straightforward, sometimes it's blunt. That's how it comes out. But the reason why it comes out in metaphors and analogies is because no one can take away your free will to choose and decide for yourself, right? In any given moment. And when you do know that you have those abilities, you have to watch out to not fall into the energy of vanity, thinking you are the only one that can do these things. Because many are. It's just different levels. Right? So, don't go following that guru. I mean, you can listen because it's nice, it's encouraging, but don't make it your everything. Right? Because you're a free-willed being, capable of doing your own decisions. And yes, you may have some, you may be information gathering, you may be attending all these different things to discover more about you. It's all about self-discovery, discovering who you are. It's not to become exactly like someone else. So if you don't do it right, you're going to end up in confusion. You're just going to be in that fog of confusion and wondering what your identity is, wondering who you are. So watch out for that vanity, because it creates that confusion in your life. And don't fall for the trickery that people will tell you, well, I'll get you this, I'll do that for you if you do this for me. And they end up not doing it for you. It's like, oh yeah, sell me your car and and then I'll pay you and then I'll do payments. And it's, no. Next row, we got service. You may be asked to come or to be of service, or you may be in the services department, job-wise. You may be touching hearts and helping people somehow, some way. Maybe you're making a new discovery, or that you have a lot of skill set in that domain, and it's something that feels emotionally fulfilling and gets you a nice paycheck. So this could be something that's there for you if it resonates. What else do we got? Woo! We have some friction. This card goes over the trickery. There could be some friction happening. Either that, or you're cold and you need to create some friction to warm up. But it's going above. This card is going above the trickery card. So there could be some friction happenings. And that could be not just, you could have let a relationship go, but you're still going through the past in your mind, and it's tricking your whole body, thinking that you're still in the situation when you're definitely not, and you're creating your own internal friction. So be aware of that. Stop those mechanisms or self-sabotaging patterns. Ooh, okay, we have expansion. This is going over the vanity one, because once you realize that vanity doesn't to have all eyes on you. There's moments, yes, sure, but not always constantly, you know. So then you're realizing you're more in the background. You're more like that spirit, and there's expansion going on. Or this person here, she has the world in her belly. The spirits are helping. It's the same as this spirit. Woo, same imagery. Look at that. It's the one with the owl. And this one, the one with the owl, is there. It's helping mediate this expansion. There's a discovery. It has to do with this expansion of self. You're discovering that you don't have to fight every fight. You don't have to right every wrong. You can pick and choose the right battles if you need to. You can go forward into your passions. Yeah. Whoa. Absence. There's confusion. Your absence. This is over confusion. So absence. Sometimes taking a time away, being away from people a little bit, makes them appreciate you more. Because if you're always there every day in their face, sometimes they take you for granted. So sometimes it's nice to just take a step back. Your absence might be beneficial to them and to you. Or their absence may be beneficial to you. Let's say you know that sometimes, like, family, of course, if you're not around them that much, you're older, you're out of the house. Let's say you're the child, and then your parents, and you love your parents. But if you're there, they're treating you as if you were a child again, and then you're like, oh, and then you go, and when you come back, they appreciate that you're a man or a woman now, right? They recognize. Because the parent will always see their child as their little child. That's just how it is. Maybe there's some expansion in that that you realize that, right? Maybe there's, in this specific conversation here, and the heart does grow fonder when you don't see someone for a while, right? And you recognize the importance, you discover the importance of family. Then you can come into service and help out whenever, you know, whenever you're there, you can help out. And it takes away that confusion of what you thought life was for the longest time. So absence can be a good thing, right? Absence is also, it's like taking a break from things, people, situations, because you need to. Okay? Let's see what else we got for, whoa, this message. There's one that really came out. Growth! There's growth happening. Woohoo! With all these discoveries that you're going through, there's a lot of growth happening. It may not feel like it, right? Because the seed's going to make roots, and the root's going to absorb the nutrients, and then after that, it's going to push the seed, and then it's going to pierce above ground. Then you start to see manifestation. So growth starts, you see it, it's showing a lot of leaves, but it's showing all the root system, right? How strong those roots are is how strong that plant life or that growth will be. Okay. Ooh, and when it is, you experience joy. Actually, being in joy helps with your growth. Well, growth, what's growing is your joy. Maybe you're getting more creative. Something to do with flowers. Flowers are very beneficial to your health, your well-being, your mental health, your emotional health. And it also gives me a sense that, like, springtime's coming, especially for the northern hemisphere. Springtime is coming, so it's expressing that joy. Start feeling it ahead of time. Woo! Expect that spring will come. Expectation. So joy, expectation. But what you're expecting is a repetition of things. Maybe it is, well, yeah, the seasons. So there's growth, joy, expectation, repetition. Expect that things that are coming are gonna be something that comes every year, like springtime. And that's when you'll be able to really show your brilliance. Really, like, this is what you're discovering. That was the first card. You're discovering how you went through this whole season, these few seasons, or this whole year, last year, and that you've grown from those experiences you've had. And you could be full of joy that you discovered so many things. You can call out trickery when you see it. You've helped people. You were of service. You've expanded. You overcame confusion. You were growing. Like, you've been growing all this time. People think of themselves so small, but really we're so great. I suppose it is bittersweet, right? It's the good and the bad together, but if we keep it balanced, keep things in moderation, not go too much one way or too much the other. Recognize our own patterns. Use alchemy, set ourselves in a good way. Use alchemy, transmute negative energy, our own as well. Change it into, instead, change that bad energy into good energy. Listen to yourself. You listen to yourself and you'll experience that renewal of self, right? Whatever doesn't move gets stagnant. That's so true, especially with water. Water don't move, it gets stagnant. So be grateful that things are always moving and changing, or else we wouldn't have any life. We wouldn't have a shift. We wouldn't see it. It would not come to the surface, right? So this collective has been your reading. It was just a whole bunch of words. Take what resonates. Let go of the rest. Or throw it out the window. It's up to you. this is for fun, and it told a story, and it may on some deeper level resonate with the experiences you've been having. Alright, so thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it. I know when you look at my channel there's not much views and stuff, but there is, because I post it in other places. It's not just YouTube. I use many platforms. So, thank you very much. I appreciate everything. So we'll see you next time. This is Tina from Cosmic Turtles.